Okay, welcome back everybody. In our previous clip we stopped at the creation of our folders and files. First of all we created a folder called CSS level 2. Inside the folder called CSS level 2 we created a new folder called CSS. Inside that same parent folder, this is the parent folder which is the CSS level 2, we add another folder called image, that is IMG, and we have added some of the images, right, that we need. Also we created three HTML files. We have the about.html, index, and services.html. Don't forget to say we want to follow the standard measures or the standardized way of actually writing HTML and CSS code, right? So it's not that if we are to do everything on the same parent folder without us creating these other folders, it's not that the project is not going to run, but we are like trying to follow standard here. Are we together? All right, so we have done this. I'm going to start from the index, which is the first one here. Let me close this. You can actually toggle. Okay, so I will generate my HTML code. We have the index. Then hope you know what I just did. For those of us using PCs, you hold down your shift, then you press 1 to automatically bring up this exclamation mark, then you enter to generate this code. Then I'm going to have OGTech web design as my title, right? Don't forget I said in this training I'm going to be pasting code so that our project can be faster, right? Because we have a lot to do. We have Bootstrap to cover, we have JavaScript, we have React. Then we'll not talk about the backend, talking about the Node, the MongoDB, the Express, and so on. So we have a lot of things to do. So we got to just speeding up our development process, right? So now the body, this is the index.html. You don't really need to bother yourself much. You don't really need to bother yourself much about these metadata, but I want us to start adding it now because I wanted to get used to it. Now this metadata, their functionalities is kind of for mobile and stuff like that. It's not that if you remove them that your work is not going to run. No, your work will still run fine, but let's just add it, right? Okay, so that is for that. I will save. Then I'll move to the about. Currently now we have done nothing yet inside our body, right? I'll move to the about. Then I will still generate the same code. I will hold down my control, my shift and 1 to generate this. I will say about us, about in terms of our this thing. Then I will just add a dummy text for now. Then I'll just say h1. I'll say about, right? I save. I come to services. I generate the code again. Shift 1. I generate. Then I'll change this to services. Right? Inside the body, I'll come to the body. Then I'll do another h1. Then I say services. Though we have done nothing yet, right? I'll say services. Now I'll move back to my index.html. I'm going to paste some code that I've copied, right? I'll just paste. Don't worry, don't shout like, what is this? Just relax, I will explain. Please don't shoot me yet. Okay, first of all I will start the explanation from the top. All right, now there was something I forgot to explain to you guys when we were actually learning HTML. There's a difference between the head and header. Now the head is inside the HTML and the head is usually declared before the body, but the header, this is where the nav bar. If you go back to our project again, if you check our project, you can see the menus, and this we can just assume that okay, this is our logo, right? So you can see the menus and and the logo, they are inside the header, because this is the header. Hope is clear. Good. So we have the header, right? Now inside the header, don't shout, Steve, don't worry, I got you covered. Inside our header, okay, inside the header, right, we created a div with a class name of container, right? Hope you understand classes, you don't need to be confused about that. And we created another div inside of this div class container, and we gave it an ID of branding with h1 span, and we gave the span a class name as what? Highlight. And the highlight is what? Ogitech. That is meaning that we want to add a color. If you can notice this this effect now, if you discover, you know that this color is kind of different from what we have here, right? This is as a result of that. But the application of this style was done using the from the CSS angle. So all these classes and IDs and span, we are going to be making use of them when we get to CSS, right? So we did this, right? So after that we have the nav. We have the nav. This first div, you can say it is for the logo, for this logo, right? Now for us to add our menus, we make use of the nav. There's what we call the nav in HTML. You declare your nav. Remember our on ordered list that we did. On ordered list is also used when we want to talk about the menu. Are you saying that all what we did initially are more of the basics to what we want to do now? Good. So now we have on ordered list, we have the list item, and we give it a class name. This first one, the class of current. Each of them is having a reference, that is A as the anchor reference, anchor tag, with index.html, and we give it home, right? This index.html, don't forget, we have it here, we have the file, right? Also we have another li about.html and services.html. with all these, don't forget all those, we have them here, the files, we have created them, right? Is anything strange? No. I will save this, then I'm going to copy the path of our index. I'll go to my browser and I'm going to paste the path here. I will enter. Currently now our work is kind of looking somehow good, but if you check the menu now, the ordered list that we did, the home, the about, and the services, as you click on about, discover that we have the about.
No.
Can you see the navigation of exactly what we did? Okay, we have the about. Now if you discover this about is coming from where, it's actually coming from, we added an h1 tag of about. Are you getting it? And we also added an h1 tag of services. If I should go back now, and I click on services, we have services. Good. So we currently have a menu in navlink, but it's not well structured yet because we have not gotten to the CSS path. Hope is clear. So this is it. You can just take a look at the code again. If it's too big, let me minimize it so that you see it properly. Oops. So that you see the code properly, right? So these are the code. Just write, and if you have any question, you ask, and we'll continue in our next clip. Thank you everyone. See you in just a moment.